Welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install an aftermarket charge pipe on your E90 or E92 335. You don't need very many tools for this job and it's pretty easy, so let's get started. First we're going to go ahead and get the engine cover out of the way. Alright, now that we got the engine cover out of the way, we're going to loosen this back clamp here. This is a 6mm socket. Alright, now that we got the clamp at the back loosened, we're going to go ahead and move the air box out of the way. Alright, now that you've moved the air box cover out of the way a little bit and you've freed this, you almost have clear access to the charge pipe. Next we're just going to remove this duct here. It takes 2 T20 torx screws to come out. Once you've gotten both screws loose, just go ahead and lift it out. Alright, now that we've gotten the little air duct out of the way and the airbox cover and this loose, we can see the charge pipe clearly right here. That's the throttle body on that end. Over here it goes to the intercooler. So to remove the charge pipe, we're going to have to remove one clamp here, this T30 torque screw here, and then one spring clip holding the charge pipe to the throttle body. So let's get those off. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and remove the spring clamp here and loosen it up from the intercooler using a 7mm socket. Alright, once you got the spring clamp down here loosened, take a T30 torx bit and then loosen this screw here. Alright, now that we've gotten the T30 torx screw off and then the spring clamp at the bottom, we're going to go ahead and remove this spring clip here. Alright, now that we've gotten everything loose, we should just be able to wiggle the charge pipe out of its place. Alright, now that we've gotten the charge pipe out of its place, it's hanging right here, we can unscrew the map sensor from the charge pipe. So right here is the map sensor. It has these 2 T20 screws holding it in. Now that we've gotten the sensor loose, just very carefully pry it out. Your hands or a screwdriver. Okay. And once you've gotten the sensor out, you just want to set it somewhere safe so that it doesn't get wet. And I'd highly recommend that you work on a cold engine because there's some pretty hot parts in you can get yourself burned on. Alright, now that we've gotten the charge pipe out of the engine, we're going to want to transfer this O-ring in here over to the new charge pipe. Just get a small flathead screwdriver and pry it out. Go ahead and pry it out all the way. Alright, go ahead and lubricate the O-ring with some oil on your fingers and then go ahead and get it into the charge pipe. Alright, now that we've gotten the O-ring lubricated and inside the charge pipe, let's make sure it's seated good and then go ahead and get it reinstalled. So I went ahead and removed the bottom part of the airbox. There's a little bracket at the back that holds these 3 wires in. These 3 wires right there. So I just pulled that out and now I have a lot more room to work here. So as you can see, we have our throttle body here. The new charge pipe is going to connect there all the way down here to the intercooler connection. And the company that I got it from, VRSF, gives a little elbow to go from the charge pipe to intercooler connector right there. So first we're going to go ahead and get the elbow fitted to the charge pipe and then get everything in. Now that you've gotten your rubber elbow onto the intercooler end, just go ahead and tighten it down with a 10mm socket as much as you can. Now that we've gotten the bottom hose clamp fitted, we're going to go ahead and get the charge pipe into the top half and then clamp down. I ended up putting the bottom clamp in here and then the charge pipe to the throttle body at the same time, because if you didn't do that, then you have to really wrestle with the bottom half here and there's a chance that you might break something, some plastic going towards the intercooler. So first I pushed in the bottom part of the charge pipe about 2 inches into the silicone elbow, and that gave me enough clearance to grab the pipe and then squeeze it in to where it sits on the throttle body. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the spring clip on and then tighten down this clamp. Now we're just going to go ahead and get the spring clip back on. Alright, once you've gotten that lower and upper hose clamp and then that throttle body spring clip back there, as well as your map sensor back in, should be right around there, you're ready to go ahead and put everything back together. So I'll just put it back in reverse order with the airbox here, the duct here, and then the cover for the airbox, and make sure to tighten up that hose clamp back there, and we'll go for a test drive. Alright, so after I got the charge pipe on down there, I went ahead and replaced the duct, the bottom tray of the airbox, then the top, and then I tightened down that spring clamp right over there, and I'm going to put the engine cover back on and take it for a test drive. So on the test drive, what you want to look for is when you first start up the car, if any codes come up, and then while driving around, if you have any codes, any hesitation under acceleration, and potentially this clamp down here could even pop out, but all you need to do is clear the codes, or if the clamp pops out, and just put that back in. That's how to install your aftermarket charge pipe. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.